Welcome to another On Deck Baseball product summary video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the newest sets to release for On Deck Baseball Pro, and that is History's Best of the Best 8 set. So with History's Best of the Best, you get a tour of the greatest teams in baseball's past, and each set is going to be contained in a random box. And again, this is all original artwork. I'm sure you could tell who that is on the back there, taken off of photo references. So again, these are random boxes. We got 6 so far, so see if you can collect all of those. But how do you know what teams are in the set? Well, that's easy. You open up the little leaf here, and you take a look at the sticker at the front. So History's Best of the Best 8 is going to have 1915 Philadelphia National League, 1922 New York National League, 1931 Homestead American Negro League, 1948 Cleveland American League, 1967 Yomiuri Japan Central League, 1988 Los Angeles National League, 1999 Texas American League, and 2001 Arizona National League. So we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up and take a look at the teams in here. And first off, we start with 1915 Philadelphia National League, and you get to take a look at the most prolific power hitter at the turn of the century, and that is Gavvy Cravath. Led the league in home runs in 1915. He actually led the league in home runs 6 seasons. One of only a few players to be able to do that. Now, he did play in the Baker Bowl, so it is said that such a small stadium contributed to his prolific power numbers. But regardless of that, 24 home runs in 1915. Bill Killifer. And we're going to shoot right to the pitchers because there is a guy in here that you just got to see. And that is Grover Cleveland Alexander. And he is 110 point value and a record of 31 and 10 in 1915. A .84 whip there. Then we also have Erskine Meyer, Al DeMarie, and Epa Rixey rounding out the staff. So a great pitching staff there after some pop in 1915 Philadelphia. Moving on, we're going to go to 1922 New York. And 1922 New York is going to feature some great Hall of Famers. We got Frankie Frisch, Irish Musil, Frank Snyder, George Kelly, Dave Bancroft, and then we shoot over, can't forget about Casey Stengel on this 1922 New York team. And then for pitchers, Art Neff, 19 and 13 record, Jesse Barnes. So some great players here for 1922 New York National League. We're going to head now to the Negro Leagues, and we're 1931 Homestead Grays. Now talk about a star-studded lineup here. We're going to start off with Jud Wilson, 10 home runs, a .415 average. Josh Gibson, 8 home runs, a .312 average. You got Vic Harris. You got George Scales, Benny Jones, Oscar Charleston. Then for pitching, you got George Britt, Bill Foster, and even Satchel Paige, who had an appearance that season, so he is carded. From 1931 Homestead, we shoot over to 1948 Cleveland. And the reason I bring that up is because another appearance by Satchel Paige, who had a great season for 1948 Cleveland. But you got Ken Keltner, 31 home runs. Lou Bordreau, who batted .355 that season. Larry Doby, American League's first African-American player. Joe Gordon, who came over from New York. So some great players here. And then the pitching staff is going to be anchored by Bob Lemon. And you even got a Bob Feller here. So some great players for 1948 Cleveland. And our first Japanese League team is going to be the Yomiuri Giants of the Japanese Central League. You got the legend Sadaharu Oh, who had 47 home runs that season. Then you got Masahiko Mori. I'm not going to try a lot of these names because I don't want to butcher them, but you got Isao Shibata, speedster, 70 stolen bases. So some great players here in the first Japanese team in On Deck Baseball Pro. Some fantastic players, some fantastic artwork there. After that 1967 Japanese team, we're going to head over to 1988 Los Angeles. Los Angeles had a great team in 1988, and it featured the likes of Kirk Gibson, who hit that amazing home run in the World Series, Mike Scioscia, Franklin Stubbs, Steve Sachs, great second baseman, known for having a little trouble with his throwing out there, Mike Marshall, Alfredo Griffin. Then we head over to the pitching staff, and it's pretty deep. You got Oral Hershiser, Tim Leary, Tim Belcher, Fernando Valenzuela, Don Sutton even. The pen's got Jay Howell, Alejandro Pena, Brian Holton, some great players. After 1988 Los Angeles, we're going to go down to Texas. And Texas is going to be 1999 Texas with Juan Gonzalez, 39 home runs, 326 average. This is a star-studded team. Pudge Rodriguez behind the plate. Rafael Palmeiro at first. Lee Stevens, DH. Mark McElmore, second base. Royce Clayton at short. Todd Zeal at third. Pitching staff, a lot more bats on this team. They had some good pitchers, but boy, was it difficult in this era. Rick Helling, Aaron Seeley, John Burkett, some great pitchers there. And then you got John Wetland, the closer, coming out of the pen. From Texas, we're going to go to Arizona. 2001, making their franchise debut in On Deck Baseball Pro. Luis Gonzalez in 2001 hit 57 home runs with a 325 average. You got Damian Miller behind the plate. Mark Grace at first. Jay Bell, Tony Womack, Steve Finley, Matt Williams. We're talking some great players here from the late 90s, or early to mid 2000s. Pitching staff, though, is spectacular. Curt Schilling, a record of 22-6, and then the big unit, Randy Johnson, a record of 21-6. Pitching staff rounding out after that, not as deep, but the pen gets pretty good with Byung-Hyun Kim, Miguel Batista, Greg Swindell, some great players there, and some great sets in this History's Best of the Best 8 set. If you could, hit a comment below, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know which team you're looking forward to playing with the most, and what your favorite team is out of the set. Again, that is History's Best of the Best 8. If not released already, will be soon. So I hope you look forward to that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great night.